worked for one of the biggest moving truck rental companies in America for nearly a decade. You've definitely seen our trucks on highways, those big, loud monsters with some cutesy illustrations slapped on the side. Could be a cactus, a lighthouse, or a moose. It's always something cheerful, something inviting. But beneath that painted-on charm lies a corporate beast that runs through every corner of the country. I won't say the company name because I actually still work here, but let's just say, if you've ever moved across the states, you've probably driven one of ours. Most of my time at the company has been standard stuff. Broken axles, angry customers, late returns, even the occasional fight in the parking lot. The kind of stuff that makes for funny little stories online. I used to post a bunch of them on Reddit. R Tales from Retail. R juiced rolled into the shop. Places like that. But this story, this one never fit. It stayed buried in the back of my mind for years. Because every time I try to explain it, I can still feel that truck. And I realize I still don't know what I encountered. It happened about 8 months after I got hired. I was still relatively new, but already doing more than what was in my job description. On paper, I was a hitch mechanic, but in reality, I was the catch-all for everything the customer service reps refused to do. That meant I fixed things, cleaned out disgusting trucks, dealt with angry customers, and handled the weird recoveries. Those trucks that were either stolen, broken down, or just vanished. And because our location was positioned directly across the street from our regional repair shop, the main hub for all of South Carolina and coastal Georgia, it meant we got all the problem trucks. Anytime one got towed, it landed right in our lot before anyone else saw it. And trust me, the things we found inside those trucks were nightmare fuel. I'm not talking just messy movers. I mean strange things. Burner phones, adult toys, knives, moldy fast food from 3 states ago. Once we even found a raccoon in a cab, alive and pissed off. But none of it compared to the day that truck arrived. It started like any other morning. I was sipping bitter coffee from the machine in the corner and fixing a busted tow dolly. Nothing special. Just another Tuesday. Then I heard the beep-beep of a tow truck outside. That wasn't unusual, except no one had called to tell us a recovery was coming in. I walked out front, and there it was. This massive 26-foot truck getting unhooked right in the middle of our lot. No paperwork, no warning, no clue where it came from. The tow driver didn't even say hi. He dropped the keys on the desk, muttered something about wouldn't start, and left like the building was on fire. My manager raised an eyebrow and looked at me. Get the cereal. Let's check this beast in. Simple enough task. I grabbed my clipboard and walked toward the truck. That's when I felt it. The air around it changed. I mean that literally. It wasn't cold, it wasn't hot. It just felt heavy. Like the gravity around that truck was a little stronger. I know that sounds insane, but the closer I got, the more wrong it felt. I've never had a panic attack in my life, but my body was screaming at me not to take another step. My legs felt stiff, like they were walking into something invisible. It looked normal. That's the weird part. Just a white truck with the logo on the side. No blood, no cracks, no ominous fog seeping out of the back. But, I swear to God, it felt like the thing was watching me, like it knew I was coming. I scribbled the serial number, got back inside, and tried to shake it off. We pulled up the rental history, and here's where it gets weird. At first glance, it looked routine. Customer picked it up, upgraded because of a missing dolly, rescheduled pickup time. Typical stuff. But then, silence. No updates, no mileage logs, no drop-off confirmation. We tried calling. Voicemail full. Alternate contact. Disconnected. Nothing. It just vanished. Eventually, after weeks, we had to mark it as stolen and file a sheriff's report. Then, out of the blue, a guy called to say he spotted it on a rural highway. miles from anything. No houses, no gas stations, just parked. Like it had given up and crawled there to die. A local yard was dispatched to grab it. They found the keys still in the cab, but the battery was completely drained, wouldn't even blink. When we got it, I popped the hood, jumped it, and boom, it cranked up on the first try. Ran like new. That should have been a good sign. It wasn't. We pulled it to the back lot to begin unloading it. I was alone with it. Manager had stepped out for lunch, and the other guy on shift had already clocked out. I wasn't thrilled to be handling this thing solo, but I've dealt with worse. The cab was too ordinary. Half-eaten snacks, soda bottles, phone chargers dangling. There was even an old-school Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow still inside. Like someone just paused their life mid-trip and disappeared. Nothing was smashed. No signs of panic, just stillness. But when I opened the back, that's when it hit me like a punch to the gut. The air inside wasn't just dusty, it was dead, like it hadn't moved in weeks. Sunlight lit the floating particles, and I swear they didn't even drift. Everything inside was perfectly packed. Heavy furniture in the front. Fragile boxes tied down with care. It was textbook perfect, which only made it worse, because it didn't feel like a truck full of stuff. It felt like a tomb. I started unloading, and with every box, I got this creeping feeling of dread. Clothes, toys, kitchenware, a family photo album, a wedding dress in a garment bag. It was a family's entire life. Beds, a crib, electronics, jewelry. All of it neatly boxed and tagged, and no one ever came back for it. For 90 days we called, left voicemails, sent certified letters. Nothing. Eventually we did what the company policy told us to. We listed the contents for auction. TVs, consoles, furniture, valuable stuff. Stuff people fight over. But no one bid. We started the bidding at $100, then $50, then $20, down to $5. Nothing. Even the auctioneer was spooked. Maybe something's wrong with the listing, he said. But we knew better. People just felt it. That unit had a stink no air freshener could hide. It was cursed, and everyone sensed it. Eventually, we were told to discard the contents. Just haul it to the dump. And that's when the final weirdness started. People on my team who took items from the truck said things started going wrong. The guy who took the Xbox said it wouldn't power on. Then his TV fried. The girl who took the jewelry said every time she tried to donate the dress, something stopped her. First, her car broke down. Then, the place was closed. Eventually, she left it in her trunk and stopped talking about it. I didn't touch a thing. Didn't even want to look at it. The truck itself sat on our lot for weeks. Every other truck rented out like hotcakes. But that one? Crickets. No calls. No inquiries. Finally, someone rented it. Just a regular reservation. We didn't even process it. Corporate dispatched it to another location. I watched it leave from the front window like it was the end of a movie. But I didn't feel closure. I felt like something evil had just slipped out of our hands. I never saw that truck again, but I never forgot it. I used to have the serial number written on a sticky note in my drawer, just in case. I wanted to keep tabs on it, but one day it was gone, just vanished. No one ever figured out what happened to that family. No police report, no missing persons, nothing. It was like they'd been erased. Some people think they were trafficked. Others say maybe they got spooked and bailed on their lives. But I've seen a lot of weird things in this job. And I can tell you, this wasn't a choice. It was something darker. Something took them. And whatever was in that truck lingered. So next time you're at a rental yard, looking for a truck for your big move, and you feel uneasy about one of them, maybe it smells wrong, or the air around it feels just a little too still. Listen to that feeling. Pick a different truck, because some of them don't just carry furniture. Some of them carry stories, and some of those stories don't want to be forgotten.